day to all our viewers out there. My name is Heinrich Neertling and welcome to Mathematical Literacy. In today's lesson, we'll be focusing on Body Mass Index, BMI. Now let's start with our first question. Okay, so in question number 1, I'm saying here that use the BMI weight classification table and the BMI formula below to answer the questions that follow. Right, so there we have our BMI weight classification table, right? And it also indicated that we must use the formula. There we have the formula as well. Remember, in order to calculate body mass index, we take our mass in kilogram divided by our height in meters squared. Also important here is, let's look at the classification table as well. So okay guys, looking at our BMI weight classification table, right? So here's our BMI and there's the classification. So let's interpret this. Any BMI less than 18.5, right? You'll be classified as underweight, okay? Okay, equals to 18 and more than 18.5 basically, but less than 25, you'll be classified as normal, right? Equals to or more than 25, but less than 30 will be seen as overweight, and then anything from 30 onwards, equals to 30 and more than 30, basically will be seen as obese. Right, now let's look at our question. It says number A, by means of calculation, how would you classify a child's weight status if he weighs 49 kilograms and measures 1.2 meters in height? Okay, now there's our formula. Let us substitute. So we are determining the BMI. So therefore, we will substitute the height, that's 49 kilograms. We agree? And I'll have to divide that by the height in meters squared. Here we can see the height is 1,2 meters, and I will square that value. Now let's type that in. Let's calculate it. 49 divided by 1.2, and I square that value. So that will give me an answer of 34,03, and I rounded it off to 2 decimal places, right? And that is kilograms per square meters. So as what will we classify this child's weight status, right? So therefore I'll go and I see 34,03 is more than 30, right? So therefore we'll classify this child's weight status as obese. Guys, are we clear on that one? Let's do another one. Okay, so question number B. Here we are saying that Catherine was referred to a dietitian by a general practitioner. That's a doctor, right? The dietitian classified her as overweight for her mass and height, right? So that's what the dietitian classified her as overweight. It says here, note that Catherine weighs 93 kilograms and measures 1.70 meters in height. So now it says, verify showing all calculations whether you agree with the dietitian's assessment or whether you disagree. Okay, remember we will use the formula BMI equals mass divided by height in meters squared. So let's start. So let's find the BMI first. So I'll say BMI equals to my mass, and that will be in kilogram, divided by my height, right, in meters squared. Are we clear? I'm going to substitute now. I will go to this part here. It says, note that Catherine weighs 93 kilograms. We agree? And then her height is 1.70 meters. And remember to square this value. So let's type this in. 93 divided by 1.70 squared. This will give us an answer of 32. And I'm going to round off to 2 decimal places, 18, right? Kilograms per square meters, right? So looking at 32,18 and looking at my classification table, I will again see that her BMI is more than 30. We agree 32,18 is more than 30. Therefore, she's also obese. Now, please note, you will have to verify, right, by showing all calculations. So here is our calculations. Whether we agree with the dietitian's assessment. What is his assessment? He classified her as overweight. So therefore, we will then disagree. Okay, we'll disagree with his statement because we have just calculated her BMI is 32,18, making her then obese. Guys, I hope that's clear to all of you. I verified by showing my calculations and then I concluded right at the end based on my calculation. Okay, let us do another question. So here at question number C, it says Roger weighs 65 kilograms and has a height of 1.75 meters. Determine, showing all calculation, right, whether his weight classification will change from his current status as normal. So currently, his weight status is saying that he has a normal weight. If he loses or gains 6.5 kilograms. All right, now let's look at this in two ways. Okay, so currently he weighs 65 kilograms. We agree? So now I'll start. What will happen if he loses 6.5 kilograms? So first of all, let's say this is if he loses kilograms. This will be if he gains some kilograms, right? So let's start with losing some kilograms. I'll say then, currently 65 kilograms. What will happen if he loses, and we say there, 6.5 kilograms? Then he'll weigh then, so it's 65 minus 6.5. Okay, let me just type that in again. It's 65 minus 6.5 equals. So that will give me then 58.5. Remember, this is kilograms. Are we fine? Right, so now I will start by indicating BMI, right, equals, and again we know it's our mass in kilograms divided by our height, and that must be in meters, and I must square that value. Are we fine? So let's substitute. Mass now, remember, is 58.5 kilograms. Are we fine? Then I'll divide it by his height of 1.75 meters. Divided by 1.75 meters, and I square that value. So let's type that in, 58.5 divided by 1.75. I forgot to square, so let's do that again. 58.5 divided by 1.75 meters squared. So that will give me an answer of 19.10, rounded to 2 decimal places. That is kilograms per square meters. Guys, are we clear? So what can we conclude should he lose 6.5 kilograms? Looking at 19.10, we can see it will be here in this interval between 18.5 and 25, right? Or less than 25. So in this case, his classification will not change. Now, he will still be classified as normal. Guys, are we clear? Let me write that proper for you. So here, if he loses 6.5 kilograms, it will still be classified as normal. All right. Now let's look at what will happen if he gain, right, 6.5 kilograms. So therefore, currently, we take the 65 kilograms minus, okay? Now, if he, not minus, sorry, he will gain this time. Therefore, we need to add plus 6.5 kilograms. What will that give us? Okay, so it's 65 plus 6.5. So that will take us to 71.5 kilograms. Guys, are we fine? Again, I'll start with my formula. BMI equals my mass in kilogram divided by my height, and that must be in meters squared. Guys, are we clear? I'm going to substitute next. Now what will happen? Okay, if you look at it, his mass in kilogram now is 71.5. So 71.5 kilograms divided by, remember we are saying that his height is indicated here, is 1.75 meters, and remember to square that value. So 71.5 divided by 1.75 squared. Okay, that gives us an answer, and again I'll round off to 2 decimal places, 23.35 kilograms per square meters. All right, 23.35 square meters. So guys, looking at this, where will I find 23? Okay, let me just double check my answer. So it's 71, we add it and a half, divided by 1.75 square meters. Indeed, that will give us 23.35 rounded off to 2 decimal places square meters. So that is still within the range, okay? Making that still normal weight. Guys, so in this case, we'll see it did not change a bit. Are we clear on that one? All right, let us take a quick break. After the break, we'll do some more mathematical literacy. See you now.